Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Recovery Classroom. My name is Drew. I am an alcoholic, and today I'm a recovering alcoholic, and I cannot be any more grateful. We had a great crosstalk meeting. Amanda picked up her 1-year chip. She got a Phoenix coin. Lucky picked up his 10-month chip. Amanda coined the phrase #sober is sexy. Just I love it. Emily, by the way, your chip, your 5-year Phoenix coin should be there today. I was expecting it to be there yesterday, but let me know if it doesn't come today. We'll figure something out. So meetings are incredibly important, as you hear me say every day. Every time I go into a meeting, I try to listen and create these moments of association in my brain. In other words, I'm listening to what folks are saying, and I go, yeah, I remember doing something similar. I remember doing that. And last night was definitely no exception for me. I left last night, and I was thinking back. The one common denominator that I can point to, I can thread across all the people I've talked to about recovery, about addiction, about alcoholism. The one common thing is we all get angry. The good news about AA is you get your emotions back. The bad news about AA is you get your emotions back. And that's the one thing that I remember I had, a lot of anger. Some people have anger early on. Some people have it a week in. Some people have it 2 weeks in. Some people have it, like me, 11 hours in. Now, my anger was channeled. I had people there to kind of channel and to kind of direct my anger. But the conversation, the topic came up. This individual was angry that they would never be able to drink ever again. And I thought it was poignant. I got to go into a meeting last week that I hadn't been to in a long time. It was one of my favorite meetings, still one of my favorite meetings. I wish I was able to frequent that meeting a lot more than what I am able to. But I got to go in and catch up with some folks, and there was a gentleman there whom I have the highest amount of respect for in the rooms, man. Love this guy. He made a comment. He said, I go to meetings not because I can't drink. I go to meetings because I can drink. And in that same thread, I turned around and I posed to the room, to the individual talking about being angry that they couldn't drink anymore. I said, are you angry that you can't drink anymore? Or are you angry that you can drink? That's what happened with me. See, I was angry. No, I wasn't angry because I couldn't drink anymore. I was angry because I couldn't stop drinking. I was angry because I had allowed myself to become the very thing I didn't want to become in my life. I became a terrible husband, became a absolute beyond shit father, terrible friend, just a terrible person. Again, I had turned into the very thing I worked so fucking hard not to become. That's why I was angry. And I felt like I had to punish myself. I felt like I had to punish myself for allowing myself to turn into that person. And I asked last night as a follow-up question, almost immediately follow-up question. Are you sure you just feel like you don't deserve it? And the room kind of went silent. And I shared this story. I recounted this story, the one that's near and dear to my heart. My friends and I just started late last year going into a treatment facility. It's a treatment facility we still visit. We're going in today. And in this facility, I think this is late November, December, somewhere in that ballpark. It was our second time there. And we were on a break with our sessions, and I remember there's a bunch of people, and I was sitting there, and I looked up, and this guy was standing there. I could tell he's wanting to talk to me, and so I engaged him in conversation. I said, "Hey, what's going on? How's it going? How you doing?" And he's just not wanting to make eye contact, just looking down and around. He's like, "Well," he said, "I've been listening to you guys, and I have a lot of questions." He said, "I just don't know how to ask them." I said, "Well, how about let's go over here into this hallway and we'll talk, just you and me one-on-one. There's a lot of people around, right?" So we go off and we start talking. And he's trying to talk, but he's not asking me anything. He's not saying anything really. And I said, why don't you just take a second and tell me what's on your heart? Just say whatever's on your mind. And he looks up at me, and by this point I realized, he's got tears in his eyes. Now I'm hoping and praying that it's nothing but allergies, seasonal allergies. I wasn't thinking so. He was actually starting to tear up. And he looks at me and he said, "Do I deserve this? I don't think I deserve this." And at that moment, I realized I was able to relate and create that moment of association in my brain, because I remember feeling the same exact way as what he was feeling at that moment. I remember thinking that I didn't deserve having the life that I was beginning to see was possible. People kept telling me that my life could get better. People kept telling me that I deserved to have a better life than what I had whenever I was drinking. But see, I hated myself. I was angry at myself. So I felt like I had to punish myself. And by punishing myself, I wasn't allowed and I didn't deserve to have the life that I was seeing was becoming possible for me to have. That story is near and dear to my heart because that individual, I often wonder, did he ever learn? Did he ever learn? Did he ever figure out if he was worthy or not? If he deserved to have the life, the better life that we kept telling him about? I often wonder that. I'll never know. He passed away in July of this year. And I think back to that interaction a lot. I think back to that facility. Matter of fact, that's one reason why I like going to that facility, because it reminds me of people like him. It reminds me of many others. Bigfoot. Bigfoot was in that facility whenever we were going in there. He would tell us things. I'm not able to ask him if he felt like he deserved it either. I want to pose that question to you. Are you angry at yourself because you can't drink? Are you mad because you can't drink? Or are you mad because you can? Are you angry because you feel like you don't deserve the things that you're beginning to believe that are coming? The blessings and the life that you see coming down the pike for you that's better than the life you had? Are you angry because you feel like you don't deserve it? I'm here to tell you that you do deserve it. I want to close with this. As something I shared this last night too. I don't know who your higher power is. I know we all have different higher powers, and that's absolutely legit. Okay, I refer to my higher power as God. You don't have to. You can refer to yours as whatever. But we all hear about grace and mercy. And I believe my God has given me an abundance of grace and mercy. And I'm often asked, what's the difference between grace and mercy? Grace is whenever I get something I don't deserve. Mercy is whenever I don't get what I do deserve. And I've had an awful lot of mercy, grace and mercy. And it's only been by the grace and mercy of my higher power that I'm now able to accept the life I have. I don't have a perfect life, far from it. You ask any of my friends, they'll tell you how I'm always complaining about shit. But the life I've got today is 1,000,000 times better than the life I had whenever I was drinking. And today, I've come to realize that I deserve to have a better life than the life I had back then. So with that being said, I'll let you guys go. Thank you guys for letting me come in and share 5 to 10 minutes of your day with you. You guys absolutely keep me sober, and I cannot be any more appreciative. If there's a topic you'd like to hear discussed, feel free to email it directly to me, Drew, D-R-E-W, at recoveryclassroom.org. I'll take a look at it, see what we can do. You can please feel free to share these videos with your friends, with your family members. Invite them to the Recovery Classroom Facebook group page. Let's grow the class. You can even email us or Facebook Messenger us directly. There's a whole bunch of folks there on the back end. If you just need somebody to vent to, you can always reach out and do so there. So we'll be talking again soon, guys. Remember, you can't get drunk if you don't take that first drink.